Hello everyone, good morning, good evening. Let's dive into generative AI roadmap for software engineers in 2025. So today I want to guide you through the structured roadmap that will help you to transition from software engineer to an AI powered developer. And consider this roadmap as a stepwise approach so that you should be easily get onboarded into this new technology stack. Right? So in step one, um, you should be learning a fundamental of AI and ML. So before diving into GenAI, it's crucial to understand the building blocks of artificial intelligence. This includes mathematics, and in mathematics, you should be aware of or learning at least linear algebra, probability, and calculus. Uh, and it will help you to understand AI models, how internally it works. Uh, uh, the students or who's ever already aware of these mathematics, I think for them it's a add-on. They don't need to brush up more. Then you can learn about machine learning basics. So in that one, you should be able to learn a concept like supervised learning, classification, and neural network at high level. So if you are able to learn machine learning's basic, then it will give you the holistic understanding of what is machine learning all about. Um, and there are a few other topics like overfitting, regularization, evaluation matrix, loss functions, accuracy, uh, and precision and recall. So these are the basic machine learning stuffs. So if you are able to learn and understand, that will be more than enough. Essential ML tools you should be aware of, which is nothing but Python. So Python language and its libraries related with machine learning. If you are aware of and if you are able to program few of the programs around that, then it should be uh, giving you confidence. So library per se, you should be knowing NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib, um, and then ML fundamentals. So you should be learning scikit-learn, TensorFlow, PyTorch. So these are the ML frameworks which will let you build machine learning models, right? So this is pretty much basic stuff. If you are able to uh, go through, understand end to end, uh, then all other will be add on top of that. So, and this is more towards traditional AI/ML engineering, right? So, in traditional ML model, we were doing all these steps. So, if you are able to learn it, that will give you the in and out understanding of how ML's models getting built. Then, in step two, you need to dive into deep learning. And deep learning from where the next era of machine learning started. So you should be able to learn neural networks basics. So in neural network basic, you should be learning um, uh, perceptrons, multi-layer perceptrons. So what is perceptrons architecture and how one perceptrons getting tied together and building multi-layer perceptrons. Uh, Activation functions, you should be able to uh, learn how activation function works in neural network. So those are the few activation functions, ReLU and sigmoid, softmax. So these are the activation functions which plays the crucial role in neural networks. and backward propagation and gradient descent. So these are the other neural networks basics which will help you to understand how neural networks works in terms of finding um, um, patterns. Then in advanced deep learning, you should be learning convolutional neural networks, CNN, uh, which is uh, best suitable for um, image processing. Then you should be learning RNN, recurrent neural networks, and that is for sequence-based data. For example, the way I'm speaking, this is a sequential data. So for that kind of data structures, are uh, for in another example, you can take it stock market predictions. So those are the sequential uh, data's understanding, and there we should be using RNN, uh, attention mechanism, and transformers. So these two were revolutionizing steps in deep learning, and which changed the industries drastically. So there was a paper published by Google, attention. That's what all you need. There was a paper, right? Uh, and from there, this transformers architecture got evolved. So learning that will be giving you the good understanding. Then you should be also learning or mastering a few deep learning tools, for example, TensorFlow and Keras and PyTorch. So where do you all these tools and why do we use? So all these things you should be able to learn in step two. Uh, deep dive into uh, deep learning. Coming to step three, then you would be mastering generative AI architectures. So after deep learning, you will be able to understand all neural networks, different kind of uh, uh, deep learning deep learning's architectures, RNNs, ENNs, and their use cases and tools and all those. So uh, that will give you the clear understanding of how this NLP got revolutionized through help of transformer, and from there this generative AI era got started. So in this uh, step three, generative AI architecture, you would be understanding transformer based models. What are the models available which are transformer based, and that those are for text and code generations use cases. So uh, there are GPT, and based on GPT, Chat GPT, Llama, and Cloud A by Anthropic, and has been um, uh, emerged into this era, right? And then you should be learning BERT, T5, Bloom, any one of learning these would give you the good understanding. Then transformer-based model, if you are able to learn, then learning LangChain and AI application. So how to use the LangChain, what is the LangChain framework, and how I would be able to uh, build application leveraging all these models. So this sub-step will give you a good understanding of basic foundational transformer model and how I should be able to leverage that within our application development. Then uh, GAN, right? Uh, Generative Adversarial Network for image and video processing. So uh, the GAN networks you would be understanding, and this one will give you holistic view of image side of generative AI. How does it work? Right. So generator and discriminator networks are there, and then uh, style gen, cycle GAN, and big GAN. These are the other architectures which has been uh, uh, emerged out of GANs. So if you are able to understand any one of them, it will suffice for you to get it clear how it has been built and what is it. Then you should be focusing on uh, variational autoencoder. So this is VAE. This was another architecture which got emerged, and this is for uh, data synthesis and compression uh, use cases. So in this one, you will be learning autoencoder architecture, how encoding decoding works, and these are the uh, uh, VQVAI and beta VAE. These are the two uh, um, variational encoders and how it works. So if you are able to learn any one of them, that will give you the concepts. What is this architecture all about? And then you should be learning diffusion model. So if you would like to build a high quality image generation, so uh, what are those architectures are, and what are the models available? So you should be understanding what is stable diffusion, and DALI 3 was the one of the model which was um, pretty much revolutionizing the industry. So based on the prompt, it was generating images, right? So um, you would be able to understand that. And text to image models. So these are the text to image model, means you are giving text as an input and it's generate the image as output. In step 4, you should plan to learn and do hands-on with generative AI frameworks and APIs. So this here you should be focusing on mostly hands-on, how you will be building application around, or if you would like to um, uh, communicate with any models or model inferencing, if you would like to deploy that model within your on-premise and all those. So all those steps, engineering steps, you should be learning here. So for text to code generation, you can learn OpenAI GPT-4 Anthropic Cloud Edge. So these are the primarily predominant model. You should be learning that. Google Generative AI APIs are there. So from the Google side, they have Gemini model, and um, they have their own APIs. So just you should be understanding how to consume those APIs, get APIs keys, and hook it up in our application to do the inferencing. And Hugging Face also has Hugging Face is one of the open source model platform, right? Which which have a huge repository of models. Uh, Either you name it, any traditional or deep learning models or generative AI models. So all these both types of models are available, and you should be able to inference from there. So how to interact with Hugging Face, you should be aware of. Then for image and video generation, you should be aware of how to interact with DALI, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, Runway ML for AI video editing. So if you are your use case or your interest area is image and video, so you should be learning uh, more depth into these areas. Next, AI code assistant. Um, so for AI code assistant, we are having GitHub Copilot and Code Llama, OpenAI Codex. So these are the code assistant models. available. So how you should be leveraging them within your use case. So if you are building some use case or building some assistant, a chatbot for your organization or for your customer, then you should be understanding about all this model and how you should be able to integrate with that. Then in step 5, you should be uh, thinking of how to build a AI powered application. So now uh, you should think of, okay, for a bigger application or bigger enterprise application, how I should be thinking and what are the different area or categories where I can uh, build the use cases leveraging this Gen AI. So there are few project ideas. Basically, these are common or general adoption in industry. You will see everywhere. Um, Organization are building AI powered chatbots, right? So you can use a LangChain and GPT. With help of that, you should be able to build AI powered chatbot. Then AI code auto completion tool. So using Codex API, if you would like to uh, assist or you would like to build assistance tool, code assistant tool, you should be able to integrate and build that. Then text to image web app. So if in your business use case or within your website, if you would like to give an option that the user will type anything and you are going to generate image based on the text. So to offer that capabilities, you should be understanding stable diffusion and React uh, integration uh, and how you should be able to call stable diffusion in your React application. Then uh, AI resume analyzer. This is the another use case where you should be able to build a resume analyzer through help of GPT and NLP. Um, and the next, you should be able to think of AI powered content generator. So if you would like to build any content generator uh, for your use case or for your application. For example, if you have uh, any mm, business idea and you would like to document or convert into a story and all those. So in those scenarios, you should be able to build AI powered content generator application. Then in step 6, you should be mastering advanced topics, which is pretty much demanding in 2025. So you should be learning about fine tuning custom models. So for organizations who are willing to ground these uh, LLMs into their enterprise data, for that mostly they will require to follow this path. Fine tuning, one of the critical and quite time consuming and budget wise, also it's quite costly. But to ground and build a very native LLMs, then this is the way you should be following. For that, training a custom GPT model with Hugging Face, you should be understanding and reinforcement learning with the human feedback, how you should be fine tuning any model with the keeping humans in loop. That strategy you have to learn. Then AI agent autonomous system. So nowadays AI agents are uh, picking it up and a lot of organization building applications with help of AI agent. For that, you should be knowing LangGraph, multi-step reasoning uh, systems, how to build it. And AutoGPT is another framework which will help you. And you can use PhiData or Creo AI. There are other uh, frameworks being offered to build a multi-agent. So you can learn those. AI ethics and responsible AI, this is more towards uh, mm, practices and compliance and governance perspective. So while building any AI system, you should be aware of what are the ethics and responsibilities lies when you are building AI application. Then in next steps, you should be um, uh, learning about how to deploy and scale AI model. So now you have built and now you are thinking for productionizing. So um, you should be aware of, even though there would be a separate team for uh, doing all this production deployment or productionizing, or there are ML ops and a um, mm, or AI ops, but you should be aware of in most of the cases because you have built it, you should be knowing more about that. So model deployment, you should be learning about fast APIs. If you're building end-to-end application, you should be having front end, back end, and then model getting hook it up. So you have to productionize that. Though you should be working on front end as well. So uh, having a knowledge any of the front end and API development will give you the added advantage. So being a programmer, you should be already aware of, I think so. So for this one, you don't need to be more extensive on this, just thinking of how to integrate with our use cases. Our serverless deployment, you already know, AWS Lambda, Google Cloud Functions, or microservices. So being a developer, you already be knowing. Um, then optimization and scaling, how you should be optimizing your AI ML enabled application, and also how you will be optimizing your model. So there are a couple of ways in industries people do that: quantization and model compression. So quantization and model compression are techniques. So that's the one. And GPU acceleration, how you should be accelerating your applications or your ML's inferencing through help of NVIDIA CUDA or TensorRT. So this is the basic understanding you should be aware of. So in summary, to get onboarded on Gen AI in 2025, you should be uh, aware of or working on these languages and libraries which are below. Python Tensor, so Python, TensorFlow, PyTorch, Transformer, Hugging Faces, um, and OpenAI APIs, and there are few frameworks, LangChain. If you know LangChain and LangGraph, I think rest all whatever coming AutoML and Cloud A and um, mm, uh, Crew AI and Phi Data, all those frameworks will be pretty much easy to build multi-agent applications. GenAI APIs and tools you should be aware of: GPT-4, Cloud Edge, Gemini, Stable Diffusion, DALI, GitHub, Copilot, Autopilot, AutoGPT, right? Deployment, scaling, you should be aware. So this is a pretty much sophisticated is, mm, summary of content which you should be aware of. And based on the uh, area where you will be working on, for example, if you are working in NLP or image processing, in according to that, you have to mastering more. Otherwise, at high level, if you have covered all this and you have understand and you have built a few sample applications, then you should be able to think of or implement AI based use cases within your solution, and it will give you the um, good understanding how to productionize your application through help of MLOps. So to start with this, I would suggest just keep these topics in your mind and try to gather knowledge and understand. Then, after getting high level or holistic understanding of all these topics, you can specialize according to your need. So that's all for this.